Warmer temperatures, more extreme fires and storms, and melting ice caps and rising sea levels. Scientists across the globe are warning climate change is unavoidable, and they're calling it a code red for humanity. A dire report released today by the United Nations paints a grim picture for our future unless we take action now. And here are some main takeaways. Greenhouse gas emissions created by humans are largely responsible for global warming at a rate not seen in the last 2,000 years. The report mapped out 5 different future scenarios. In each scenario, the Earth will warm up to 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit by the 2030s, much sooner than expected. In 3 of the scenarios, the Earth is expected to reach 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a point of irreversible change to the climate system. It can be prevented if major reductions in greenhouse gas emissions are implemented.
As you regular viewers will know, I'm always going on about stuff in our modern world contributing to our ever-worsening climate crisis. One of the areas we haven't looked at in any great detail yet is the building sector, and that's a bit of an omission because according to the International Energy Agency, it's responsible for no less than 39% of total global greenhouse gas emissions. Those emissions are created by running machinery that compensates for the appalling inefficiencies in the way we currently build houses. Heat energy escapes from our homes through badly sealed windows and poorly insulated walls and roof spaces, and then we spend oodles of cash putting heat back into our living spaces just so it can leak straight back outside again. And in the hotter months, those gaps in our building's fabric let all the outside heat inside too. So we spend even more money on machines that pull that heat out of our spaces, while more warm air continues to come back in through the holes in our walls and windows. It's all a little bit stupid. This guy isn't stupid. He's called Dr. Wolfgang Feist, and back in 1991 he built a new home using materials and techniques that he developed through many years of research and consultation with leaders in the building industry. That single construction spawned a global movement that's come to be known as Passive House. The home that Dr. Feist built nearly 30 years ago was so well constructed and insulated that it still meets the now very stringent requirements of the International Passive House Institute, by which I mean it uses about 90% less energy than a traditional house. The consequence of that is that there's virtually no requirement for expensive electrical heating and cooling systems, which saves a good deal of money and prevents quite a lot of carbon dioxide going up into the atmosphere. So surely by now, after 30 odd years, the construction industry builds all new houses to these specifications, right?
Passive House explained in 90 seconds. Does your house have a heater in the basement or maybe a fireplace? Probably also a central air conditioner or maybe a window unit. Did you ever wonder if it was necessary? In 1991, a physicist in Austria, Dr. Feist, built the first passive house. Here's what he did. 1. Proper insulation. It's just like wearing the right winter jacket, it also doesn't need a heater. 2. No air leakages. There should be no holes, small or large, to let hot air out of the house. 3. No thermal bridges. A thermal bridge is like a road for heating energy in which warmth can travel right through your walls. As a matter of fact, most of our houses have thermal highways in our walls where heat can easily travel to the outside. Plus, the house needs proper windows most of the time with triple pane glass. It needs to be oriented properly so the sun can heat it in the winter and shade is provided in the summer. And it uses an HRV, a device that provides the inside with fresh air without letting the heat out. Add all these things up, and it turns out your house doesn't need a heater or air conditioner. So where does the heat come from? A passive house needs 90% less energy, and that can easily be supplied by your body heat, the sun, your appliances, light bulbs, and even your TV. This saves you a lot of money on your heating bill and helps preserve the environment.